Alright, fellow YouTubers, Caleb Craig Dip 212 here to bring a review on a retro pack of figures from the Mummies Alive show. Okay, this was a cool animated show. I got these at the flea market all for $5, but it was missing the girl that was on the show. But here we have Jackal, or Ja-kal, I think I'm saying it right, Rath, and Arman. So you can see they came with a lot of accessories, but I'm going to go ahead and look at the figures and then put them on and show how they look with them on there. Okay, first we have Jackal. As you can see, they did a good job on the skin tone underneath the bandages. And what I like about this is that that's kind of the color it was on the actual show. They have it kind of a grayish because they've been like mummies for 3,500 years. So that came out really good. You see for the eyes, they gave them a red dot. The red dot looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty cool. And also they have it where they gave him his gold amulet that's in the middle. That looks really good. They did an awesome job. And you can see they also did good on his bandages. Bandages are showing here. And you see they're actually sticking out too. This belt part actually looks like part of his armor here, as you can tell. And also his skirt looks really nice. And I like the details on all the bandages. They also look really good on the backside too. So you see, this is very good for a figure that came out in the 90s. And here we have Rath, which to me has the best armor, and I'll show you it when I transform him. But as you can see, they did an awesome job on him. He was built skinny. Once again, the flesh tone does look good. You see they have the actual bandages in different parts, in different places, which looks cool. I do like how they sculpted on the amulet for him too. I think that's a really cool design. I like how the bandages aren't like the same pattern and they look different, and then however they painted them onto there, that really came out good. The colors they used them on the show, the green and gold and white, went really good together, and all the bandages did look very good. He just had black eyes. He had a skinny bone structure face that looked really nice, and you just see on the back they did an awesome job on all of the bandages. So everything on this figure did look very good, and it did come out really cool. And here we have one of the more interesting characters is Armand. Armand actually does not have an arm unless he transforms. So they already have it where he has his arm on there, his golden arm, which is really cool. As you can see, they gave him red eyes. His flesh tone is more of a lighter blue color. You can see even how old this figure is. It's a little dirt there, a little scuffing. But once again, I do love the design they did on the bandages. I do love how they drew in the ambulance. That looks really cool. I do love the design on his belt. That looks really nice. The white and the purple went really good on this figure, and it just looks cool how they did the light blue for the flesh tone. Once again, you see it's not really a gold. They made his arm kind of a bronze color. Well, not bronze, kind of a brown bronze color. I think that came out very nicely with the little purple patch on the back of it. So that figure came out good too. Okay, now it's time to transform them. So first, starting off with Arman. Dan, here he is in full armor. Now on to the next one. And here we have Rath transforming into his armor. He looks like. And here is my personal favorite, is Rath with his armor on. Now on to the last one. And here we have Arman. Now let's transform him. And here he is transformed. Now, honestly, this is one of the things I miss about the 90s. When they made their figures, they actually made them with a lot of extra armor that you could put on and put off. So I love how they really had these on here. Usually these types of armors did not have a back, so they only snapped onto the front and the back was still completely uncovered. This also goes for the back of the hand, so they would still be showing too. The actual cool part was the upper torso, because with the upper torso, that's what actually went over, and it actually would cover the back too. For him, he had a really broad back, and the reason I have this tape here is because the helmet is loose, so I just like to put the tape on there so I can easily, it'll come off and show his face, and then I can cover it back up. So I thought that was kind of cool. But when they put on the upper torso, it actually would cover their back, which you can see it did very nicely for Rath and Jackal, as both of their backs are covered, and one of them has a tail and one of them has wings. I love the look with the armor. As you can see how they did the extra armor on the shins. It came out very nicely with the gold and blue. And you can see they did the same thing with the claw armor and what covers the forearm. That came out very nicely too. And the chest plated helmet, as you can see there, that looks very nice, and I like how it covers his face. And from the side, it actually does look like an Egyptian god, and you can see his face a little bit in there. Also, his wings do not look sloppy, so as you can see, they did an awesome job on his wings too. Rath is actually my favorite because on the show, the snake would wrap around his body, and as you can see how they did it with the snake being able to wrap around his body, it came out really nice. As you can see with the shins, That looks very nicely done with the green and gold. Not as much detail on his forearm armor, because you see it's just plain green. And the actual chest plate armor and the helmet look very nice. I love how it actually looks like a cobra. So that came out very nicely, and there you can see his face showing through there. When I bought it, he was the only one that had a weapon, so his weapon was pretty much an intertwining snake. So there's the head, and that's where it's intertwining. So that looks really cool. Very nice figure. And last is Armand. As you can see, they gave him the really dark brown with the purple. I wish they would have made his a little bit lighter. It would have came out very nicely. I would have liked that a little bit more. And also, since he has one arm that's giving strength because he lost an arm, you can see how they did it. So once again, that very dark gold. I wish it would have been a little lighter, more transparent. That would have came out really nicely. But it does look nice, and I do like how this shoulder blade came out. And as you can see, he only has one armor for his other arm that he still has, which came out very nicely to cover his fist. So there you have it. If you ever was a fan of the Mummies Alive show, then these would be perfect figures for you, and they have a lot of extra features. I love how they have this armor. The armor stays in place. It doesn't just fall off or it's very flimsy. I do like that, and they're very, like, not cheap, and I've dropped them a couple times and they have not broke or anything. So go to flea markets, and there's no telling where you're going to find it, and sooner or later I'm going to get the woman too to go with it. Very nice show, very nice figures, and this has been a review by Caleb Craig Deadpool Toys 2. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I'll see you later.
Leaving so soon? All right. Have a good day.